I think it's a very interesting symposium or a conference because none of us are experts on the topic. We are actors in the topic. We perform at universities and as academics all the time. So this is an occasion to reflect upon our own work, and that's very, very interesting. And I think each of us took a different angle, viewpoint to reflect upon what we do every day.
The title of this conference, Making the University Matter, intentionally or not, I think is meant both as a call to action but also as a warning. And I think that came across in a lot of the presentations that we heard.
The role of the university is beginning to be more related to kind of national competitiveness, innovations to be turned into profitable commodities and businesses, and that kind of stuff. And it's difficult to see how that functions as a representation of the public or the people. And I think in that sense we are kind of in the field of social sciences and communication theory, we're kind of slightly lost.
It's just amazing how conspicuously absent any discussion of how the field actually grew up in departments in universities. Instead, it's a story of the intellectual development of the field. It's certainly possible that the way we currently organize communication as a field is the best of the actually possible solutions. I just don't think we've ever talked about it.
Studies of media are in a very interesting stage of development after consolidating themselves over the past 50 years or so into a very serious, solid discipline, and they have to find their place in the academia.
Universities in Slovenia actually shared the fate of civil society, which was kind of very vibrant in the 80s. And what happened in the late 80s and early 90s was that a significant part of civil society, including primarily the humanist and social science part of university, shifted from university into politics.
One of the things I've encountered again and again over the years are the concerns and anxieties of foreign PhD students who worry that they may not get jobs if they study China, South Korea, India, etc. Right? So every semester I have 2 or 3 of the foreign students in my office asking me whether they should do it. Should I study my own country? Who will give me a job? How do I make myself legible to American students, to the American Academy?
I think the next step, and the difficult one, is for us to try and transform our own institutions. I think there are a number of different players in this picture, one of which is the disciplinary associations, like the International Communication Association, the American Sociological Association, which have a lot of power in shaping these things. But that power only is meaningful if it's translated into the practices of universities.
University should be relevant by keeping in touch with the changing times, but at the same time it's very kind of self-deceptive relevance if you don't capitalize on a very in-depth scientific approach.
I would say there is a tiered citizenship. There is a first class and second class. And first class citizenship in the academic community is scholars in the center who do what they call theoretically driven social science or humanities. And those who deal with specific areas of the world are second-class citizens who provide the data or provide what the center people define as the agenda. So my final call is for a more horizontal exchanges.
I think we have a responsibility to talk about public engagement and sort of commitment to larger issues to have that reflected in our teaching. So there's a lot we can do.